like we are live, and as usual, I'm just going to do a quick check to make sure we're on the channels we need to be on. So just checking. And by the way, you can always watch our feature update roundups on our YouTube channel, and it looks like we're live, and our Facebook group, which is the Land Investors Who Drive Growth group. Anyways, welcome to today's update roundup. I have my guest here and co-founder Kevin. Today is our February 2022 update roundup. So now we're gonna do these on the first Thursday of every month. So it used to be the last Thursday of every month, but we're switching things up a little bit. Anyways, all right, I'm gonna get right into things. So, as usual, always a big thank you to all of our users, our supporters, all of you guys that give us feedback, hop on calls with us. It means a lot. Our community means a lot to us, and we try to stay as in touch with you guys as possible. So thank you, thank you. Also, we wanted to give a big special thank you over to Jaren over at RE Tipster with Seth. And if you guys are wanting to learn a little bit more about Pebble, Jaren has done a uber detailed and fantastic review and overview of what REI Pebble is and what we actually do for land investors. So if you head over to retipster.com/pebble-review, it just recently got published actually a couple days ago from this, you will find a very, very in-depth walkthrough and Jaren's honest thoughts, the good things, the bad things, things that we can improve on. So make sure you check this out. If you have always been wondering about what is actually Pebble, haven't hopped on a demo call with me yet, make sure you head over to RE Tipster. Just a big thank you over to Jaren and Seth for running a fantastic blog and podcast and education. Actually, both Kevin and I come out of the sort of RE Tipster program, and Seth has been an awesome supporter of ours, and Jaren has also been an awesome supporter of ours. So once again, check out this video here, a very in-depth, and for those of you guys that are actually using Pebble, you might learn a thing or two because again, Jaren goes in depth and shows how he uses Pebble as he uses it for his land business as well. All right, so we're gonna jump right into the new features. Our latest updates. Kevin, you want to knock these off here?
Sure. Let me pull it up here. Yeah. So more than 100 document mailings. So this was a limitation that we had previously, and we demoed this at our last update roundup. So I won't get into the details, but basically you were limited to 100 individual document mailings. So this would be like for a neighbor letter, or if you just wanted to send a contract to someone, you could go through the document and send an individual mailing. Previously, you were limited to only 100 mailings. Now you can upload as many as you want. And we've also streamlined that interface to give you quick access to things like the seller and the owner records to mail directly to them. We'll also be adding the buyers and a few other contacts that you might have associated with that property. And then we also added a brand new mapping tool to that. So if you're specifically sending neighbor letters, you want to send to a list of your neighbors, you can click the add from map button. That'll pull up a map, and then you can just go click off a bunch of parcels that are surrounding your property and fire off a neighbor letter. So for those who have neighbor letters as part of their process, that should really streamline things. Keep in mind that there is a charge for the addresses that you pull. It's 100 free per month per account, and then after 100, what is it, 15 cents per record?
Yeah, you can always find the pricing breakdown. I'll show you guys here. If you go to kb.reiconversion.com, and you just go over to the, I believe the account section here under REI Pebble, you can always see, I believe it's the print and mailing rates in here.
Mhm.
So you will be able to find the new map mailing, well, mailing rates. Yeah. Well, they're not mailing rates. I should actually rename this the
Yeah.
map polling rates. So on the solo plan, you get 50 free polls per month. On the team and pro plan, you get 100 free polls a month. So
Mhm.
again, you are able to lasso an area or marquee an area or individually select properties around your around your property, and then this would count towards that. So, or that would count towards this. If it's 100,
Mhm.
then it's completely free, and then it sort of goes up from there afterwards.
Mhm.
So this is you'll find this inside of our knowledge base. Okay,
Mhm.
awesome.
Yep. So map, also your buyer and seller boards. So those who are working with lots and lots of buyers and sellers at the same time, we would run into this issue that if you had, 1,000 plus leads on your board, things would start to slow down, and you'd notice the boards get really slow. We've tried to, or we have optimized a lot of that. So now, even if you've got 100,000 leads on your board, you should see everything work as you'd expect. So we'll continue to sort of do some optimizations as we see necessary, but
Mhm.
now you should no longer see any slowdowns with those boards.
And then lastly on here, some awesome templates, which Travis King, obviously, he helped us with and he did the Blue Ocean Land Strategy webinar recently, or the classroom series. He has been adding new templates in our template library, which is super awesome. I'm going to actually show you guys this. I know a lot of you guys are concerned about how long your mailings are. You don't want to, have that second page where you do have to pay for that. So now
Mhm.
Travis has placed his one-page blind offer. So that is inside the master library. If you go to settings, add template, you can grab this template now. Oh, it's not live. So actually, right after this, I'll actually publish this. I apologize. We just got this in recently. So a big thank you to Travis. Also, he's recently added his portfolio takedown offer letter. So when somebody owns a portfolio of properties, this is the letter he sends out. So have a look at this. I know that Travis is actually running a mastermind right now, and I believe in this quarter, I think he's still on this quarter, where he's talking about portfolio takedowns. So an
Mhm.
awesome strategy. You can have a look at his template. You can use this template. It is available in the library. I apologize. This one, by the time you're watching this will be something already in the library. So we'll make sure we get that published. Awesome. All right. Well, let's move on to what's coming up ahead.
Yeah, so we've got some exciting things coming. Unified owner and lead contacts. So I can show you this quickly, Jesse, if you
Yeah, let
wanna
me
if you
just
wanna pull
toggle on your screen here. One sec.
it. Mhm.
Cool.
And this is still very experimental phase. So this will change, but we just wanted to show you sort of how things are going to mesh with with these updates. So currently on your seller and buyer boards, you've had essentially when a lead comes in, you would create a new seller and then you'd type in their name and their email and their phone number potentially, and then you'd have basically just those contact details available to you. We've noticed a few things. Some people are actually getting email and phone number with their lists. So some of their property records, as they import them, have already got a name and phone number. And we want to be able to. We don't want to have to retype in something that we already know about the property. And then another thing that we want to support is being able to track owners that own multiple properties. So if you're doing portfolio offer letters, so you're going after people specifically that have multiple properties and offering them sort of a bulk purchase. We want to be able to support that and be able to quickly see at a glance when an owner owns multiple properties. And so we're going to do some different features here, and we think things will streamline quite a bit. So now, what will happen when you create a new seller is we are going to ask to search for an existing contact. So similar to what you would do if you were searching for a property, you can search for a contact. So I'll just search in some name. So I've got Lester here, and as you can imagine, I'm on the phone with this guy, and he's telling me that he owns this 1 acre property in the over here in Arizona. So let me just select him. So I've got him now associated with my name, and then I'll just call this Lester the seller. And I can set the stage. I'll just put him in lead in for now. Click save. And now I've associated that contact with him. And you can see that it's also automatically brought in Lester's property here. So we before we've even created the seller record, we've automatically associated his property. And again, if Lester owned multiple properties, we would associate all of those properties with the seller. So it just sort of takes the step away, one step where you'd have to create the seller and then find his properties. We're now letting you just simply find all the properties associated with that contact. And we're going to be adding a few other features around this as well. So
Yeah.
that's what's coming.
And I'm just going to quickly say, yes, we are taking questions, and we'll make sure to answer those. Jason, we see your question here. We're definitely going to answer that after this. So, all right, let's keep going here.
Yep. So referencing multiple properties per campaign mailer. So this actually does. We're killing a lot of birds with one stone here. So sort of the background is setting up your contacts as being able to own multiple properties. So the next feature we'll be working on is changing the way campaign mailers work to support multiple properties per mailer. So if you're familiar, if you've come to our masterminds with Travis King, he's been talking about this portfolio takedown process that he has, where you're specifically targeting owners that have multiple parcels, and you want to specifically target them with an offer for that whole portfolio. And that can be a really huge win for people, because if they're probably already getting orders for this parcel and this parcel and this parcel, and they're just ignoring those. But once they see, oh, all my properties, and I can just do this in a one bulk, that really gets them kind of be excited about contacting you to sell. So we want to support that in our campaigns, and I don't have anything to show other than sort of our sketches that we have, but I'll show you this. This is a tool that we use to do wireframing. So this is basically the new campaign screen. So things shouldn't change too much, but one thing that you will notice is you now have mailers, and we've got so we have our list of mailers just like you have today, except that each mailer has an address that it's being sent to, plus potentially multiple properties. So this first one has a single property like we have today, but then we have these extra records here where we have so this Richard Rogers has 2 properties, and we've got offer prices on each of those so that we can specifically target him and give him a portfolio offer price there. So yeah, that's the kind of change that we're going to be making. And then as soon as I activate this campaign, we know that we're only sending to that one owner, and they're going to own multiple properties. Again, that will be recorded in Pebble as that user owning those multiple properties. So when a lead comes in and I add them as a seller, those properties will automatically get associated, and I can do my due diligence knowing that I've got those multiple properties taken care of.
Yep.
Now, there's some things that also change around with this. This is the multiple birds thing that we're going to be taking care of. One is that we've gotten a lot of complaints about our current offer codes, and that They are currently alphanumeric. So you'll see like XGY56 as an offer code. And we get a lot of people complaining that, when they've got VAs taking these leads in or Pat Live, they don't type in the code correctly. Or there's a lot of like back and forth, like, was that a C or a D? So we understand the pain there. We're going to fix that. So the existing codes will work as is, but newly generated codes we are going to make numeric only.
Yeah.
There's some things behind the scenes we have to do to make that work, but there will be numeric codes going forward. So you can be basically know that taking a numeric code is going to be a little bit less error prone than taking a non-numeric code.
The
go ahead,
next
Jesse.
one, sorry, the next thing here, I mean, with how we're sort of building out a contact database, it sort of lends to this next one here. And also we're able to tackle this now, which we get a lot of requests for. And it takes quite a bit of, there's quite a lot happening behind the scenes to make this happen. It wasn't a simple feature ad, but this one where we can mark properties or mark addresses as do not mail, because now we're building this database of contacts and you're able to manage that contact list. Now we're able to approach this feature where you can mark addresses as do not mail. So I know this one is highly anticipated, and it does sound like a simple feature, but there's a lot of sort of reworking in the back end to make this happen. So this is another one I think a lot of you guys are going to look forward to, a do not mail list. So you're going to be able to blacklist people and not have to worry about mailing them again.
Now we do, there's a few other systems have the do not mail list, but they're not very smart in that, a lot of times you'll get an address, properties change hands, right? So I might have mailed something a year ago and I got an angry call from a buyer who, or a seller who says, don't mail me again. So I mark that as do not mail. Well, what if 6 months later he sold it to somebody else? Now I still want to be able to mail to that new person, even though the address is the same, the owner has changed. I don't want to just automatically not mail them just because the address is the same. So there's some nuance there that we need to figure out and make sure that we are appropriately not mailing people, but also allowing that to be flexible as time goes on. So that's going to be pretty great when we get that changed.
Yep. So being able to import email and phone as well is going to be something that you're going to be able to do. Where you get that data from, we'll leave that up to you guys. And then we're going to continue to optimize on our internal metrics here. So we're going to be able to keep an eye on a closer eye on certain things and how the app performs. Kevin, do you have anything to sort of expand on that?
Yeah, we're just going to do, we're going to be doing a lot of sort of behind the scenes optimizations to just make things streamlined, catch performance issues as they come. We really pride ourselves on being kind of an advanced system, that we're really using cutting edge technology to support making things very fast. So we want you to be able to use Pebble and it feel like a very native application. So we're going to continue optimizing those things.
Yep. Awesome. So we do these every month here. It's our way to hold ourselves accountable to you guys, keep in touch with you guys, get feedback from you guys, and also that means questions and answers from you guys. So I see you guys got some questions queued up here. Feel free to queue your questions up, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube. I'm just gonna sort of bring up some of these chats. Is that how you do it? No, that's not how you do it. Okay. Hey guys. Hey Jason. Ed, it's always great to see you around here. Rod, how's it going? All right, so Jason has a question here for us. If you're taking cues, can you talk about the benefits of adding Pebble to my existing managed site plan? Yeah, absolutely. the way that we sort of look at our products is that Pebble is sort of the what I call the engine of the system. It helps you streamline and centralize your entire operations. The websites are more or less extensions and really marketing directly to related to marketing. So your buy site and your sell site to help convert traffic that you're driving from Pebble when you're sending out your mailers into leads, and that'll feed right back into Pebble so you can manage. Now, Pebble is really a system to allow you to actually run your business at the end of the day. There's so many nuances to running a land business, and Pebble is really there to centralize that data for you, centralize your processes, so you can focus on actually the big parts of your business, which is actually analyzing properties, on negotiation, whatever it is. You're spending time on that and not sort of jumping from here to there and trying to string everything together on your own. So the websites act as sort of, I would call it as an add-on that feeds right back into Pebble. Again, Pebble gets those mailers out. Your site converts that traffic into leads, feeds it into Pebble. Pebble then, you'll work inside Pebble to acquire those properties, and then you'll market those. Again, those leads on your marketing site, on your sell site land list, will feed leads back right into Pebble. And again, your Pebble sort of becomes your center of command, essentially. I hope that makes sense. Yes. Thank you, Jason. I think do not mail feature seems essential. Nice. Cool. John here asks, if the new numeric codes are going to be 6 characters, can you put a dash after the first 3 numbers so it's easier to read, i.e. 123-456?
Yes, I think we can come up with something. Now, I still haven't thought. I haven't put all the thought into this because there is some people are sending a million letters. I mean, that sounds crazy, but there are people sending a million letters a year in Pebble. So, what happens at that point? Like, do we have a 9-digit offer code? That's so we're gonna have to break things up. We might make it dashed every three, or do something else. So we have to figure out how to make those unique. So yes, we will do something to make it visible and easily so it's easy to figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I think that's really it. Thanks again, guys, for joining us for this live update roundup. We were a little bit late announcing this time. It was just, again, a schedule change, but do look forward to that. Oh, here we go. Here's another question here. Jason, any plans of adding customizable dashboards?
Yes, we have talked about changing the metrics on the dashboard. We know that we built that first dashboard as sort of a minimum product and just to get feedback, and we've started to hear some feedback for additional statistics that people want to track. Just this morning in our Slack group, I was talking to one of our users who was asking for a similar thing. So we are planning to build out those dashboard statistics and potentially even offering more statistics, say at the campaign level. So yeah, we will be adding to that. We don't have any fine plans in the works at the moment, but we will definitely be circling back and adding more.
We've been talking internally, and like Kevin said, we'll be revisiting that dashboard for sure. We've had that version of the dashboard out for a little bit, and we've got some feedback, so we will be making some changes to that in the future for sure. All right, guys. Once again, thank you very much for joining us on this Thursday evening. For those of you that are going to be doing or sending out your mailings every Friday, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, I am live. You can join me if it's your 50th mailing campaign or your very first one. You can always join me live. That is, if you head over to reiconversion.com/. just go to resources on the top and then mailing demo. You can always sign up and join us for that. It is a workshop, and I also take Q&A. So if you feel like you didn't get a question in here and you want to speak to us live, you can always join me on Friday. I'll try my best to answer it, but you can also find me there. Awesome, guys. Thank you very much, Kevin. Thanks again for joining us as well, all the way from Korea. We'll see you guys next month.
Yeah. Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye, guys.